Most people think that LinkedIn isn't working for them or that they're failing on LinkedIn and it's to do with the algorithm or their content's crap or their market's flooded. And it's all of these external things that are causing the problem. But actually, they're wrong. The main problem is their mindset. I see this time and time again. And this was me. So I really, really understand and get it. And that's why today's LinkedIn Live is all about your LinkedIn mindset. If you don't believe, or if you do believe rather, that LinkedIn doesn't work for you, you're kind of already lost. There are over 1 billion people who use LinkedIn, and less than 1% of them create content. That's like so tiny that there is scope for you to show up on there. If you think there's too much noise on the platform or the stuff that you're seeing is crap, that's actually because of how the algorithm is responding to the things that you're searching, to the people whose content you're engaging with. And it's not a reflection of the bigger picture with what's happening on LinkedIn. So today I'm going to talk you through how to rewire your thinking using a proven psychological framework. Last week I was away in Rome, and while I've been away in Rome, I have been reading a book called Authentic Happiness by Martin Seligman. A fantastic book. This has been on it's been in my reading list for a while. I'm about to study an advanced diploma in coaching with neuroscience, which has kind of made me this book was on the book list, which has made me kind of speed up and start reading it. And I just finished reading Story Brand version 2.0, which is super exciting. Building a story brand. If you haven't read that, check out that. So there's my book recommendations out of the way. But while I was reading this, Authentic Happiness by Martin Seligman, so much of it rang true for what happens in terms of mindset and LinkedIn, and it really struck a few chords with me. And I thought, oh, this is really helpful and something that I think could help a lot of people who are struggling with the platform. And ultimately, what it boils down to is your mindset matters more than the algorithm, because the algorithm is going to change. It's going to do all sorts of things, but your mindset, that's the one thing that you can control, and that's constant. The algorithm is completely outside your control. We don't know most of the time. It's not written anywhere what's happening with the algorithm, so it's outside of your control. But the way you think about LinkedIn affects how you show up on the platform. So if you've got self-doubt, if you're experiencing imposter syndrome, or if you're overthinking your content before you share it, if you're trying to make it perfect before you put it out in the world, well, then that's going to kill your growth. And self-doubt, imposter syndrome, procrastination, overthinking, all of those little things, fear of people judging you, all of that sort of stuff, that's going to kill your growth in your business, not the algorithm, right? Makes sense, doesn't it? So enter Martyr Seligman's Authentic Happiness book, and one of the methods that he referred to in the book is called the ABCDE method. Authentic, right? But this is your shortcut to winning mindset. And what I mean by this is it breaks it down really simply. So the A stands for adversity. So adversity is a bit like looking at what's the situation, what's the challenge that's arising right now. And maybe it's I'm not getting engagement. People aren't responding to my DMs. I'm sending connection requests. Nobody's replying. Or my content is not getting beyond 100 views. People posting, it feels like I'm just adding to the noise, or posting feels like I'm shouting into the void, or my ideal clients aren't responding. Nobody's booking a call with me. The list goes on. What is your situation and your challenge? Take a second and write it down as we go through this live today. I'd love to hear it, and even send me a DM with your responses to this later. But basically, that adversity, that's the first letter A, adversity. It's to do with the current situation or the challenge that you're facing right now. And for a lot of people, what I'm hearing is their reach is down. It's really low, right? And I'm going to come back and talk about that in a minute. But the B stands for belief. So if you're experiencing those types of things in your situation on LinkedIn right now, what's the negative belief that you're saying to yourself about that situation? Is it something like nobody cares what I have to say? I'm bad at creating content, or basically I'm shit at this LinkedIn thing. What is it? Is it like only influencers are winning here? Or how are people freaking doing it? Like, I'm not good enough, all of this sort of stuff. What are you saying to yourself about your content? Is it I'm crap at writing copy? My photographs, I don't look picture perfect in my photographs. I don't, people are posting selfies. Look at that person. Look at Deirdre over there, always posting selfies. I don't want to do that. The platform is more professional than the platform has gone more personal than professional. I don't want to be like that. What is it that you're saying to yourself? What's the negative belief? Write that down. The C is consequence. So, what's the impact of that belief? Is it that you stop posting consistently? Is it that you hesitate to share your real thoughts, your real insights, your real opinions? What effect is that consequence having on you? Is it making you hold back? Is it making you trying to put on this professional persona that's not really you because maybe you're like me and you swear like a drunken sailor some days? What is it that's happening? What are the consequences of that? Like, think about what behavior change do you see happening in yourself, or what mindset change do you see happening in yourself in terms of that belief, right? D is for dispute, and it's about disputing the thought, challenging the thought. What if my next post, my next LinkedIn live changes someone's life? Oh, what if? What if every top creator started at zero? Yeah, and maybe I'm a top creator in the making. What if the right people are listening? They're just not ready yet. And if I keep showing up, then they'll reach out when they're ready. What if? Right? How can you challenge and dispute those thoughts? And E is energization. Energization in this framework, it's about reframing and taking action. It's about showing up with confidence because your voice matters. It's about posting even when it feels like no one is watching. It's about, taking those thoughts and beliefs that you've disputed and thinking, oh, fuck what, you know what? I can turn this whole thing on its head. If I stop saying this shit to myself, that then I can take 2 steps forward instead of 1 step back every time. So if you think about, energization, if I, I'll post even when I feel like no one's watching, or I'm going to engage with others and give real value because the momentum will follow, or I'm going to get better the more I do this, or, I'll learn as I go. There's so many different ways that you can reframe and take action instead of stopping because you think everything externally is out to get you. It's not. Remember, the algorithm doesn't stop you, your mindset does. So the only way to win on LinkedIn is keep showing up, keep challenging those beliefs that are keeping you stuck and small. And I'll tell you what, if you found this helpful and useful, DM me the word mindset, because this is exactly the kind of stuff that we talk through in the challenges that I host. And what I will do is add you to my Clarity Collective so that you get insights about the things that are coming up that I'm hosting that can help you with this kind of thing a little bit more. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are about this. And just to recap really quickly, the ABCDE method to rewire your LinkedIn mindset, right? So adversity, what's the challenge or situation you're currently experiencing? B is for belief. What's the negative belief that you have about that situation? C is the consequence. What's the impact of that belief? Because remember, it's just that thought, that one thought that you have about the situation that's a big thing that's affecting you. And D is disputing or challenging the thought. How can you dispute or challenge the thought? What can you say instead? And E is energization. That's about reframing and taking action. So let me know, what do you think? Do you find this framework helpful? It really resonated with me when I read it, and I just thought it would be valuable to share with you today. So there you go. We're halfway through Q1 of 2025, and hopefully this will help you smash the rest of Q1 and the rest of 2025. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye.